Hello guys, I wanted to let you know that we've got minds at work to try to make each and every one of these videos better than the last. And thankfully, through your feedback, we've been able to get all sorts of stuff. So we have some equipment on the way that's going to help with stability, other equipment that's going to help with other things, and it's just going to be beautiful. But I wanted you guys to know that we're getting better every episode, and that's our goal. Hey everyone, welcome to FBC, Family Boating on the Chesapeake. This is episode 4, and I'm excited about this episode. And I know what you're thinking, because you're taking a look here, and that is a 1998 24-foot chaparral bow rider, and guess what that is? That's the original CamJoy. And it's not an old photo, this is something very recent, and we just recently got a successful sea trial done. So we took her out for her maiden voyage. So I know what else you're thinking. Captain Shane, you really are boat crazy. How the heck you got 2 boats? Well, that's a whole nother episode how we're gonna hash out, and I'll be able to let you guys know how we ended up with 2 boats in our family right now. That'll be a great episode as well. But this episode is basically celebrating the fact that I had my first successful sea trial with this boat. Again, it's a 24-footer, and I love it. The bow rider allows my kids to go up front, and I think they'll have a completely different boating experience in this boat. And it was a fantastic ride. So let's start. Our trip today started at Marshall's Landing Public Boat Ramp. This was going to get us onto the Potomac. So our float plan today was to ride up the Potomac like we had done before and go all the way to Georgetown, just past the bridge, anchor up, and eat some lunch. We, of course, had some unexpected stops along the way, but we'll get to that part. The most important part right now is we're so excited because this is the first time we're actually going to take the CamJoy out as a family. Big deal for us. This is a very good spot to pause because it's got 2 very distinctive things that's going to have a profound effect on the first half of our float plan. Number 1, the hand gesture that I'm making right now, I'm making it toward my wife because I'm annotating that the shoreline and the tide looks a lot lower right now than I'm used to it looking. It also is a good time to point out that I'm never going to wear a salmon-colored shirt while I'm out boating again. I know this sounds weird, but you're going to figure out why in just a moment. All right, let's go back. Okay, so I'm doing a lot of checks. I'm pulling the engine cover off and checking a lot of stuff because even though I've had 2 successful sea trials with this boat, I don't want to take any chances. My family gets on there. And then this happens. I got bit by a deer fly or a horse fly, whatever the heck they are. It's one of the 2. But effectively, these flies, the bites that come from these flies are excruciatingly painful. And don't get me wrong, I can handle little bouts of pain and all that stuff. I mean, I have given birth to 2 of my kids after all. But these flies, they slice into skin, and it's made to penetrate the thick hide of horses and deer. So when they're dealing with thin little Captain Shane's skin, it hurts. But anyhow, that's not the worst part. The bite was what it was. It's a little bout of pain. What came after the bite was a pretty extreme allergic reaction. And what a crazy start to our maiden voyage on here. So by the time I put the bimini top up, no kidding, my body had broken out with rash and hives. I'm speechless at this point. So we weighed out all of our options. We figured the best course right now is for us to just head upstream about 10 minutes to National Harbor. We're going to dock there. There's a CVS, and we can get the things that my cruise director / total hottie of a wife knew that we needed to get from CVS, which was hydrocortisone and Benadryl. Did I mention that I'm totally lucky to have the cruise director here? Very lucky. She's already called me a wuss once, but this is me hitting the turbo button on this. Hold on, kids. So, we make it to National Harbor. The cruise director takes off on her mission, running down the dock to CVS to get some necessary medications. And we run into Rachel, the dock hand at National Harbor. And of course, she is completely smitten by the kids. And what does she do? She puts them to work immediately. The kids start taking people's money, handing change back to them, I guess, and pumping folks gas. I'm still waiting to see when I get my cut, but yeah, I'm currently on the edge of life, teeter-tottering, and my kids are like looking for new lines of work already. Perfect. This might be a good time to tell you that my prop totally got wasted coming out of that boat ramp, by the way. Remember the low tide I was telling you about, where I was signaling to my wife? Yeah, we hit something big. Take a bow. Take a bow. I feel like I earned some captain stripes, to be honest with you, because I heard this happens to everybody. The best part about this is, this happened on this boat, and it happened to already beat up propeller. I'd be crying right now if this was the CamJoy 2. That doesn't have aluminum propellers. They have stainless steel that cost 3-4 times as much as the one on this one. I digress. I made a full recovery because the cruise director made it back with the drugs that I needed. So let's get this party going again. Let's enjoy the second half of this trip. We are at anchor after busting a prop, having a severe allergic reaction, and meeting some really cool folks at the National Harbor Dock. We're here finally. So this is the time to actually relax, enjoy some of the wonderful cuisine that we bought. You know, we're a pretty high class family, so we've got KFC here, and we're not afraid to say it, that Kentucky Fried Chicken's the business. But we were basically relaxing now, which is the highlight of my day. So we're actually got to enjoy time as a family instead of enjoying crises as a family. But after not too long, the kiddos, after inhaling all this wonderful Kentucky fried delight, I think they were succumbing eventually to a little bit of itis. We got the cruise director relaxing up front, and my first mate over here letting the food digest. It's good stuff. Thank you guys for tuning in. The second half of our float plan made it all worth it. The first half is a little more eventful than we usually like, but we're happy to have you guys here, checking us out and enjoying the adventure with us. Please like and subscribe to our channel. We want to reach more boaters around the Chesapeake, boaters that love fun, prospective boaters that think boating is too expensive for them to boat. Come on down, let's get everybody in here.